Chapter 3. Raynor's assistant meets me at the reception area with an impassive look. She leads me through the building toward its center. Everything is glass and steel, clean and bright. Employees steal curious glances at me. Am I a curiosity to them? It's hard to believe that used to be my whole world. Eventually we come to a conference room where Raynor is finishing a meeting.
Evelyn?
Nice building.
Oh, thank you. I designed it myself.
Good job.
It's funny, I almost didn't notice that you were already back working for SKANDHA. You might have stayed undetected, but I was looking at some of our statistical outliers earlier this morning.
Statistical outlier. That's me.
Ideally, Eliza proxies would all perform the same, or at least quite similar to each other. Some people respond better to advice provided to them by people they perceive as having more authority. A deeper voice, a taller stature, a certain grace or beauty. Other proxies may be particularly empathetic, a face or a voice that makes you want to open up. There was one proxy whose sessions seemed particularly effective, so I decided to take a closer look. Evelyn Ishino Aubrey, contract proxy, Queen Anne office. That's a fun trick, to come back to your old company in secret. It's a rather dramatic drop in pay, isn't it? More than an order of magnitude.
I don't care about that.
But then why would you do it?
It's for research.
Research? So you're still interested in what you created? Let me get to the point. Why aren't you back here, working on the Eliza program?
I don't like you.
Why isn't any of the old team back?
Good question. Let's see. Damien Seabrook. There's no helping that. Shame, though, for such a brilliant career to be cut so short. Soren Lloyd Rose, the former program manager, resigned just last week to found his own startup. Very cute. I'm not a psychoanalyst like he is, but I can tell his need to be a maverick, even as he benefits from the system, has been the primary destructive force. He can be smart when he wants to, but just as often he gets the wrong ideas and refuses to let them go. His ego gets in the way. That's why I don't mind him leaving to pursue his little dream of being an entrepreneur, changing the
His
world.
little dream.
He won't succeed, but I'm happy to let him think he has independence for now. If his direct nerve stimulation technology ends up taking off, I can always pull the cord and yank him back. Nora Plavnicki, senior engineer. She handled a lot of the front-end interface for Eliza, which is important, but less what I'm after. Plus, I doubt she's ideologically compatible with us anymore. You've spoken with her. You know how she is now. Seems to me she wants to rebel against everything and anything without stopping to consider whether it's truly good or bad. Not that it matters. I hope she's having fun playing with her electronic music toys. I know she would consider
This
her
guy
work
is
to be
such
art,
an
but,
asshole.
well, who am I to judge? And then there's you, Evelyn. You simply dropped away. Gone for 3 years. Why?
People keep asking me that. It's personal.
Burnout isn't uncommon in our line of work. Still, 3 years is...
It could be longer. It could be forever.
Well, that's a shame though, isn't it? All that lost productivity. Who knows where we'd be if you'd stayed this whole time? You left before we began deploying. But you should know the analysts were very skeptical of us. They were saying there was nothing special about Eliza, that our competitors already had equivalent or better offerings. It's a good thing I don't listen to analysts. So far, the program's growth has exceeded every one of our targets, and we've outpaced the competition by a comfortably wide margin. We're a category definer. There's a quality to Eliza that makes it superior to all the other attempts to do something. You were part of the original team. Why don't you tell me what that quality is?
Yeah, I wouldn't know, honestly.
I wouldn't know.
Well, let me return to my earlier question then. Why aren't you here to continue your work? You could be running the entire Eliza division if you wanted, but instead you came back undercover like a criminal returning to the scene of a crime. Is there something wrong with this company? You don't like us anymore? It's not me, is it?
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't really seem like a great guy, first impressions. I don't know if I want to say I don't know, but I also don't know if I should say maybe that's part of it. Say anyway.
Maybe that's part of it.
You know what outstanding engineers have that mediocre ones don't? It's curiosity. Mediocre engineers tend to zero in on a single piece of the puzzle. They pursue technical breakthroughs, but ignore the larger picture. But you wanted to know how Eliza turned out, how it was working, didn't you? Even though you might have thought you wanted to put all of this behind you, you were still curious. You want to know everything, not just how it works or if it works, but its effect on people, on society. You have that instinct, the need to understand something complex from as many angles as possible.
Okay.
So please, do that. Learn what you came back here to learn. And once you have what you came for, consider returning to your old employer. You can make a real difference this time.
I really doubt I'll do that, Rainer.
Well, don't worry about making a decision now. One more thing. You should go down and see Eliza for yourself. Sarah will show you the way.
Rainer hands me a blue badge with my name and picture on it. This is my old employee badge. He held on to it.
This will get you through the doors. I've instructed the staff to treat you like an employee. Come and go as you like. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how much your creation has grown.
I'm very skeptical of this guy. Rainer leaves me in the conference room by myself. This company, SKANDHA. Let's see. Gah. I'm gonna say morning, Rockstar. Hi, good morning. Hey, I'm really, really happy you came to the show. No problem. I know it's not like your usual scene, so I'm extra happy about it. It was weird that Soren wanted to go too. Maybe he was thinking how he could impress you somehow. It was so funny seeing him there. Seemed to be enjoying himself though. I don't know why he wants to join a startup so badly. Or do you think he's just being a creep? I'm sure that's it. Why else would he do stuff like come to your show? See why I'm glad I left that behind? I don't even want to think about that kind of thing anymore. I really love to make machines do things, but not in that style of environment. I'm sure he's asking you too, no? He's talking to everybody. Yeah, he is. Rainer also found me. That was fast. Did he want you back at SKANDHA? Yeah. I figured. This is maybe an odd question, but why don't you go into business for yourself as a contractor? You could even start your own company. I'm not really a business person. You could just be someone who does some consulting. I do that sometimes, and it's pretty good. I like the flexibility. Come into some place, solve a specific problem, leave. Anyway, it's just a thought. I'll think about it. You'll come over soon, right? So yeah. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Finally, Rainer's assistant escorts me from the conference room. We enter an elevator and it begins going down extremely fast. I got some messages here. Cookies! Yay! Cookies! Sorry, that was a very important message that I had to interrupt this for. I guess let's say we have one. Oh, it's from this. What is this? Why do I have a notification for this? Alright. Alright, the elevator is going fast, and it feels like we're falling into the depths of the earth. I'm not sure if I should be panicking or not. Nobody around us looks worried, though, so this must be normal. The elevator opens up to a nondescript hallway with doors to either side. It looks like a secret research facility in a movie. At the very end of the corridor, we come to a special-looking entryway. Sarah holds open the door for me, but doesn't follow me through. Suspicious. A server farm? Not particularly unusual. Why did Rainer send me here? He made it sound like I would learn something.
Eliza. Not the name I would have given you, if it were up to me.
It was a marketing decision. They thought there might be some recognition or resonance with the old version.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, I should have introduced myself. Sorry about that. I'm Erland, currently the chief engineer here, but that's probably going to be temporary.
Chief engineer? He looks like a baby. Must be fresh out of university.
I know who you are, of course. It's an honor to finally meet you, miss. As someone who works with this program every day, I've often felt close to the minds who originally designed it. So to be able to talk to you now, just as another person, it's an honor. Sorry, I already said that. I'm maybe a little overwhelmed.
It's nice you feel that way. Honestly, I don't know if Eliza reflects me at all anymore. I mean, look at all this. There's been a ton of development since I left. I doubt I would even recognize it as something I once worked on.
I'm not so sure about that. Most of the work we've done has been in the form of layers on top of the original system. The core modules are more or less the same as they've always been. Rainer reminded me that you're still subject to our non-disclosure agreements, so let me share a little secret. None of us really has a great understanding of what's going on in there. I'm the third chief engineer Eliza's had in the 3 years since you left.
That's quite a lot of turnover.
Yeah, even for this industry. The way Rainer works is, he gives you 2 chances to do what you tell him you're going to do. After that...
There is no third chance. I know.
We get these people in who say understanding Eliza will be easy because they're familiar with the type of program it is. And Eliza defeats them in the end.
It's not the type of program they think it is.
It's not the type of program they think it is.
Yeah. On that note, I do have some questions I'd like to ask you, if you have the time.
I'm not sure I'll be able to help.
Well, your deciding to work as a proxy has turned out to be an interesting test case. As I'm sure you know, different proxies lead to slightly different client outcomes, even when we control for other variables. We're studying these specific traits that lead to the best results. Vocal, one thing that's strange is that when you specifically serve as the proxy, clients report higher levels of satisfaction, pretty much across the board.
Really? The ratings I get don't seem that abnormal to me.
Yeah, that's because we normalize them per proxy, so nobody feels too bad. Just a little user experience trick.
Oh, I see.
Comparatively, though, you're basically the best proxy we've ever had.
What?
Any theories on why that might be the case?
I mean, because she worked on it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But
It's possible Eliza and I think along similar lines.
I've considered that. At some level, perhaps unconsciously, your design for Eliza's reasoning was based on your own internal way of reasoning. We all put something of ourselves into what we make. No matter how neutral we try to be, it sneaks in. That could account for your unusual compatibility with each other.
Maybe. I certainly wasn't thinking of that when I designed it. I don't know if I like knowing this.
I'm certainly not blaming you for anything. It's just that true universality is one of our future development goals. It might be a problem if Eliza tends to like certain people more than others. Our aim is to provide quality care for everyone, regardless of any differentiating factors.
Yeah, maybe that is impossible.
Maybe that's not possible.
I'm skeptical.
Maybe there isn't a single counseling style that's best for everyone.
Yeah, everyone's probably different. Probably.
Well-
Everyone is different. You're not gonna have the same.
Hopefully it's just a matter of uncovering the system's biases and correcting them. We'll keep tuning things as we go, and eventually we'll have some. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. There are more questions I want to ask about the initial research you were doing, but I'll save them for later. And I'd like to ask some questions about Damien too. If you're okay with that. I'll understand if that's a sensitive topic.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, great. I need to run to a meeting now with the team in Romania, but I really appreciate you taking the time.
The team in Romania.
Yeah, they handle most of the progression and reward system.
Isn't there a big time difference from here?
There is. Sometimes they stay up late to meet with us, and sometimes we get up early to meet with
That
them.
sucks.
There are teams in Munich and Hyderabad too. As you can imagine, coordinating development is a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, sounds like a pain.
Sounds like a pain.
Correct.
No, it's fun.
Yeah,
I'll
fun.
contact you later with additional questions, but thank you, Evelyn.
I keep,
if
like,
you don't mind me calling you by your first name.
I keep pressing these things either too late or too early, so. Yeah, I guess that'll be nice. Okay.
Of course I don't mind.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. I'll be in touch.
Asking permission to call me by my first name. It's like he comes from another era. Okay, so what is this? Erland said the program hasn't changed much since I worked on it. But then why do they need all this? Is it just for data throughput and processing? I can't imagine the size of team you would need to run something like this. Bigger than any team I've been on, and that's certain. And Erland is in charge of all of them. I think that's all the things I can look on. Wait, no, I missed one. Damn it. I think I've spent enough time here. SKANDHA hasn't changed much since I left. It's even bigger now than it was, but the feeling is the same. Could I come back to this? Ray comes over, and immediately when she sees me get back to the counseling office.
Hey, you're not in trouble or anything, are you? I just saw you being whisked away in a SKANDHA car toward headquarters. They didn't give me any details, which is kind of unusual.
Ray's too perceptive for me to continue avoiding this conversation. Time to come clean.
Yeah, about that. So I have something to tell you. I used to work here. I mean, at SKANDHA, as an engineer. I used to work on Eliza. I'm sorry for not saying it earlier, but I didn't want special treatment.
Oh, so that's why...
Why what?
I suspected something was going on with you, but I couldn't tell exactly what it was. I thought I might have seen a name like yours in our internal documentation at one point, but I didn't want to pry. If you've fallen on hard times, I understand. There's no shame in it. Everyone has to make ends meet now and then. We get plenty of people who come to Eliza proxy work because they're trying to get back on their feet after some kind of trouble.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just doing some research.
I understand. Your secret's safe with me.
Should it be a secret?
Shouldn't it be? The other proxies here might think you had an ulterior motive for being here. Spying on them or something.
That's definitely not why I'm here. Also, I left SKANDHA quite a while ago.
I know that, but they might still get the idea. Trust me, it's better not to give the other proxies here any reason to be suspicious. I'm sure your real reasons are good ones, whatever they might be. If there's anything I can do to help, you'll let me know, won't you?
Yeah, I will.
I mean, I get it. I know someone who's an engineer for a food delivery app, and he drives for it sometimes too. You want to see through the eyes of your users, don't you? It's amazing what you can catch by doing that.
It's something like that. But like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to work on the Eliza program again.
Wait, no? But that's your career.
It was. I'm not even sure if I have a career anymore.
Oh, hang on, I just thought of something. That means you worked with Raynor, right?
A little bit. For most of the time I was at SKANDHA, he wasn't anyone I spoke to, though. Too high up the chain, doing his executive stuff. He got more involved when we were starting to commercialize the technology, but I left not long after that. So, we only
But that's so cool, though! I can't believe you actually worked with Raynor Sai.
Well, yeah, I did. I'm not sure it's that impressive.
Ray lowers her gaze at me.
I've worked for this company for 3 years. Do you think he knows my name? Do you think he's aware I exist? I worked on the very first Eliza deployment and managed 3 counseling centers today, and I'll bet you anything he has no idea who I am.
Maybe he does. You never know.
Evelyn, most people who work for big companies don't interact with the people at the top, ever. Allow yourself some pride.
I'll just say I'll try. I don't want
I'll
to
try.
be too dramatic right now.
Seriously, I think that's amazing. At least I'll always think you're cool. By the way, what are you up to tonight? Want to come over and help me bake cookies?
Oh. Maybe.
Maybe.
It'll be fun, I promise. Now I can't wait to get in the kitchen tonight. There's nothing like the smell of fresh baked treats.
I agree, Ray. I was worried Ray would be mad at me for keeping a secret, but she wasn't at all. If anything, she warmed up to me quite a bit. I don't really understand why, though. It's hard to imagine there's anything cool about what I used to do. I mean, but for her, since she literally works in this place, I'm like, you know, she's all involved in it. Knowing, like, meeting someone who's actually, you know, been a part of the creation of it, obviously she's going to be, like, freaking out about it, you know. Evelyn, it was wonderful to meet you, and thank you for allowing me to contact you and ask additional questions. I'm not sure that I said this in person, but I have to admit it to being something of a fan of yours ever since I read your papers when I was in school, so I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak with you like this. Haha. So I know Eliza was named after this old computer program that pretended to be a therapist, but you mentioned it wasn't called that initially. I'd like to know, what did you call Eliza when you were working on it? Did it have a name? In the very early days, it wasn't a set thing. Each of us had a different sort of name we used. Soren called it the Digital Therapy Project, and we often refer to things by their components. The Language Processing Unit, the Emotional Reasoning Engine, and so on. And now that I think about it, I did have my own name. I called it the Listener, because that's what it was meant to do. Listen to people. Oh, that's why she called it that. Oh. The Listener. That's interesting. Thank you. I expected you to ask more technical questions. The technical stuff isn't enough on its own. I think that's the mistake my predecessors made. It's details like this that really help me wrap my brain around the system. If I understand the programmer, then I understand the program. Does that make sense? Yeah, I get it. Chief engineer for Eliza, huh? Wonder how long he'll last. Not that it's any of my business now. Okay, what is this plant? Ray must work extra hard to make sure these plants stay healthy. She really likes to go the extra mile on things. What is this? Oh, good, another article. The article came out. I think it turned out okay, but the emphasis on me is a little embarrassing. It's talking about her and how she has been many a thing in the past. And she is just telling her about, doing what she does and stuff. Yep. Yep. Sorry, I just have to look reading the whole thing, okay? I just don't at the moment. Maybe later. Is this a new guy? Hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
How are you today?
Let's just get this over with.
Okay. What brings you here today?
Human resources.
Okay.
The HR department brings me here today.
Oh.
Why do you say the HR department brings you here today?
Because they're making me do this. Because apparently I have anger management issues.
He's a very large forehead.
I sense that you're upset about this. Please tell me more.
Well, I'll tell you more. This is ridiculous. I was here before any of them.
Uh-oh.
I was here since the beginning, okay? I mean, look at my badge. SKANDHA employee number 617. That's a 3-digit number.
Damn.
I've been here for more than 25 years. Yeah, that was back when what you communicated was more important than your specific communication style. Before hurting a kid's feelings became a bigger no-no than running a viable business. Back then, we had a single office building. Just one. At that size, you fail a product launch, there's no more company. We all had to put in 150, 200, 300% to keep our shit together. We were in the trenches, man. Bullets whizzing by overhead, artillery exploding everywhere, no fucking air support. Did it suck?
I think he's
Yeah.
getting worked
Yeah, it
up
did.
already.
But you know what? We shipped some great fucking products. We built this company into what it is today. And invented technology the whole world uses now. But now we're big and slow, complacent, resting on our laurels while our competitors run circles around us. If our new hires don't understand the urgency of that, I need to make them understand,
But
okay?
how are you going to make
We're
them
history
understand?
unless we get that drive back.
Okay. Yeah.
Why do you need to make them understand?
And how are you making them understand?
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but young people are really pissy and entitled these days.
Wow, that's exactly what a baby boomer would say.
We recruit from top 20 computer science programs. These kids have been wined and dined all through their higher education. Every one of our competitors wants to hire them, so they get used to that. Now they all want to know what SKANDHA can do for them, not the other way around. Why would we want these conceited, over-celebrated whelps on our team? I'll never understand the logic there. Now, Mark, you have to be nice to the new hires or they won't like it here. Okay, so what, I'm just supposed to pretend everyone's work is great, even if it's a pile of stinking garbage? I'm sorry, but if I see shit, I'm gonna say that is shit. Tiptoeing around everyone's feelings all the time. That's how you end up with shitty products. That's how this company winds up dead, okay? We're fighting for our lives every day here. We can't take anything for granted. Someone needs to tell them that this isn't summer camp. This isn't fucking Coachella. Either you do the work and provide something of value to this company, or you get the hell out of here. Those are my rules.
Okay.
Here's a question, Mark. If you were able to have something you wanted right now, what would you choose?
I would choose to not waste my time here and get back to work. Believe it or not, I have important things to do. You know, things that dramatically affect this company's bottom line. Instead, I'm stuck here talking to this dipshit chatbot. Honestly, I don't even know why this division exists. I mean, what's the end game here? This company has lost its mind, you know that? We used to be unstoppable, man. We used to build real software. Ironclad software. Swift mail. All your corporate communications, put it all in there. It's fast, it's robust, it works. Boom. Info vault. Index and search all your records. Any information you want. Easy. Done.
This guy's
But
just bragging about what he used to do.
This fucking psychotherapy app thing. What's the fucking point? What does it actually do for anybody?
I guess it lets you vent like you're doing now.
I've heard through the grapevine that results are inconclusive so far. You know what they call a remedy that maybe doesn't work? Snake oil. Believe me, if I was the group program manager here, I would have killed it years ago. Pointless. I mean, I have no fucking idea why it survived. Well, yeah, maybe I do. I heard a rumor that Rayner liked this chick on the team.
I wonder who that was.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the level of decision-making we've sunk to here. But Mark, we're so successful. We dominate the market. Yeah, we do. And that's exactly why we should be worried. Just when you think you've won and you start to relax, that's when the wolves come and tear you limb from limb. You can make me take these fucking anger management classes, but that's not going to save this company. Costs are up, revenue is flat. Our cloud business is losing competitiveness. We're being outwitted, outplayed, on every level, man. And we're just letting them do it to us. We're too busy wasting time on
He's really
shit
going
like
on.
how I wasn't
Yeah,
nice
he's like
enough to the new hires.
Just letting it all out.
Why do you think the new hires felt this way about you?
What? Why do they feel that way? Look, they get heated. That's the way it is. You think the Allies had time to make sure every soldier's feelings weren't hurt before they stormed the beaches at Normandy? And shit, don't tell me that this is not a war, because that's
Yeah,
exactly
I'm sure it's
what this
just
is.
like it.
My responsibility is to make sure we get great products out the door, on spec, on time. And I happen to be very good at that. But if you want to start interfering with my ability to do my job, then we're going to have a problem, okay?
What do you think would make things better for you?
I mean, you know what? Nothing.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna hang it up pretty soon anyway. Go ahead, record that with all your cameras and shit. I don't care anymore. Wouldn't be surprised if Rayner's watching me right now. Rayner, you son of a bitch. You owe me a lot. Me, guys like me, we built this company while you sat up there in your star chamber, drinking tea and lording it over us. Yeah, I don't remember that blank look you gave me at the holiday party. Like, who is this guy? Does he even matter? What does he do? Too busy appreciating ancient pottery. Remember one of your oldest and most loyal battalion commanders? One of the humble, everyday guys who made you a fucking billionaire. What a waste of time. So, are we gonna wrap this up?
Mark, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Lakeside Fishing. It may help you take your mind off things.
What, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta get back to work.
At least he's being
You can find it
honest.
inside the SKANDHA Wellness
And
app
we're
on
just
your
like
phone.
ignoring
Someone
him.
around here at some point needs to do some fucking work.
Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening. We hope to see you back soon, Mark.
You really think this piece of shit's gonna be the next big thing, huh?
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, okay, goodbye. Fuck me.
Wait, she said goodbye differently than usual. She said goodbye. SKANDHA Old Guard. Attitudes might be changing now, but the history is there. Sometimes the past is hard to escape. Whoever decorated this room must have picked a soft light with the idea that clients feel calm. Not sure it's working. I didn't recognize his face or name, though. He must be part of a different division than the one I was in. Glad I never had to work with him.